All right, y'all, buckle up. Because country music's resident fire starter has set the internet ablaze. Fresh off his most recent performance on Saturday Night Live, Mr. Wallen proved he's got as much flair for the dramatic as he does for singing about heartbreak and whiskey. In case you somehow missed the most talked about exit since your cousin walked out on your last Thanksgiving dinner, here's the lowdown. Wallen performed 2 brand new tracks from his upcoming album, boldly titled I'm the Problem, gave the audience a taste of that trademark twang, and then, poof, he vanished before the final curtain call. What? You know that friendly group wave goodnight to fans? Gone like your favorite casserole at a potluck. SNL is no stranger to post-show drama, but rarely does a musical guest leave mid-celebration with the speed of a roadrunner tearing down Route 66. According to various X-posts, formerly known as Twitter, audience members noticed a distinct lack of one mullet-sporting performer during the customary cast goodbyes. Cue the swirling rumor mill of fans and critics alike, all wondering what in tarnation just happened. And boy, did the internet have its theories. But hold your horses, because the real kicker came shortly after the show ended. Wallen hopped onto his Instagram story like a man on a mission, posting a snapshot of a private jet alongside the cryptic caption, "Get me to God's country." Cue the dramatic music. Was he off to a top-secret late-night gig? Was there some emergency back home in Nashville? Or was he just hungry for some legendary Southern hot chicken? If you've never tried it, trust me, it's worth skipping a curtain call over. Either way, fans and critics alike found themselves refreshing Instagram in near real time, trying to connect the dots like they were unraveling the ending of a murder mystery. Before we move on, let's address the elephant in the room. This is not Morgan Wallen's first rodeo with SNL drama. Way back in 2020, Wallen was infamously disinvited from performing on the show after flouting COVID-19 protocols. TMZ famously splashed photos of him partying mask-free all over its headlines, earning him a swift ousting from the SNL stage. Talk about a tough break, though the show did extend an invitation for him to return later, presumably after some behind-the-scenes negotiations and a thorough facepalm from network execs. Let's just say there's been more back and forth between Wallen and Saturday Night Live than a ping pong match at your local rec center. But the controversies didn't stop there. Over the years, Wallen has had a few run-ins with the law, faced widespread criticism for questionable behavior, and even endured multiple arrests. Some of these made national headlines, turning him into a tabloid staple. You'd think the man might have a reserved front-page spot in certain gossip magazines. If you believe the rumors floating around Nashville's honky-tonk circuit, half of Music City's trouble can apparently be traced back to him. Allegedly, of course. Vanity Fair once remarked that Wallen's flair for controversy could overshadow his raw talent if he wasn't careful. And truth be told, the guy's got pipes. Love him or hate him, there's no denying that Morgan Wallen can belt out a country ballad like nobody's business. But with each new scandal, people start to question whether the hype is about his music or his next big oopsie. Some fans shrug it off as the antics of a wild child. Others see it as a pattern he needs to break ASAP.
Stop it. Get some help.
The conversation around him is rarely dull, and that's exactly why every new twist in his saga has fans screaming for more juicy details. So, what's the deal this time? Why skip out on the post-show camaraderie that's basically a long-standing SNL tradition? Rumor has it there could have been some tension backstage. One particularly spicy ex-post claimed that Wallen was overheard griping about last-minute changes to his set list. Based on another unverified source, insists he simply wanted to avoid seeing a cast member who poked fun at his past scandals. Like I said, it's unverified, so take this with a truckload of salt. Meanwhile, certain gossip corners suspect he had a plane to catch that was so urgent it couldn't wait for a quick group send-off. On the flip side, a few fans are theorizing that this was all part of some master plan to drum up buzz for his new album. After all, an album called I'm the Problem all but begs for a marketing strategy built around controversy. It's like naming your book I Burned the Bridge and then showing up to the release party with a flamethrower. Someone's bound to notice. In the age of viral moments, maybe Morgan Wallen knew exactly what he was doing. A quick Instagram story plus a dramatic exit might rack up more headlines than politely standing next to the host in a standard goodnight wave. Social media certainly jumped in headfirst. The memes, priceless. There's a photo mashup of Wallen superimposed onto a a private jet with giant text reading, "I'm outta here." Listen, folks, you gotta admit Morgan Wallen knows how to keep things interesting. Sure, repeated run-ins with the media might not be the best look for someone who claims to be focusing on personal growth and redemption. But there's no denying that he's got a devoted fan base that'll stand by him through thick and thin. Some fans argue that his outspoken nature is part of his charm. He's the quintessential country rebel, the small-town kid who doesn't bend to the establishment's rules. Others believe he might want to set his rebellious streak on a shelf for a minute and focus on letting his music do the talking. But hey, when have controversies not fueled a few extra streams? In the days following this latest SNL drama, Wallen's name trended all across social platforms. Conservative-leaning outlets pointed out that he's an example of someone who's faced cancel culture and lived to tell the tale. Liberal corners of the web questioned why he continues to get primetime spots despite repeated missteps. And the rest of us? We're just chomping on popcorn, scrolling through comment sections, and feeling grateful no one's shining that spotlight on our Saturday night activities. So is Morgan Wallen done stirring the pot? Something tells me this is just another chapter in his ongoing saga. If past behavior is any indicator, the next few weeks will be filled with cryptic social media posts, maybe a heartfelt interview where he sets the record straight, and then bam, he'll drop an album that shoots to the top of the charts. And we'll all be here, watching with our jaws on the floor, wondering how one singer can create so much mayhem. In the meantime, give me your thoughts and don't hold back. I've been told I have an unnaturally high self-esteem, so fire away. Did Morgan Wallen just pull off a genius marketing stunt? Or was this a classic case of an artist letting his drama overshadow his talent? Are you racing to stream I'm the Problem? Or are you rolling your eyes at yet another controversy? One thing's for sure, Morgan Wallen's roller coaster ride of fame doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon. And if you ask me, purely as a popcorn munching observer, I wouldn't have it any other way.